I'm going to be reading cozy fall books for a week. Welcome! I'm wearing a cozy sweatshirt. You can see outside that the trees are already changing color. So today, for day one, I'm going to be baking cookies. Halloween cookies, that is. So I have 3 different cookie cutters. The books with the skull on it, very reader-esque. Moon with a bat on it. And then I have the ghost that says boo. So I'm going to try to make all 3 of these today. But in the meantime, because this is a reading vlog, I'm going to be reading / audiobooking Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And the name of the author escapes me. It feels like it should be Lorelai Gilmore, but I know it's not. Oh god, what was her name? Oh, Lori Gilmore. So I'm going to be listening to it on Spotify. Hopefully it's good. I heard it's very Luke and Lorelai coded from the Gilmore Girls, so we'll see how close it is. Okay, let's start.
The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore.
So don't be so mad. I know that it's easier said than done, and it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please.
So, what's this one about?
This one is actually quite filled with intrigue. The husband, Alex...
It's 'cause I'm scared fun.
So let me fill you in on what's going on in my ears while I'm making these sugar cookies. Our female main character's aunt has a cafe that she wants to retire from, so our FMC comes in to continue running the cafe. Except it's a small town and everyone is all up in her business, especially because it seems like she's getting along very well with one of the town's most eligible bachelors, but who's also a grumpy John, or Luke, grumpy Luke. He's been hurt in the past by falling for someone who didn't want to stay in this small town, so he's super cautious about falling for our FMC because he thinks that she might do the same. Well, that's where I get a little annoyed. It felt like she just got to this town and just is trying to figure things out, but with the dual point of view, it felt like he was rushing her to make a decision about whether she would choose to stay in this town forever or not. Besides that though, it was cozy and fun to see the parallels of the characters with the Gilmore Girl characters. 3.5 stars.
You won't reply, so fight. Said or did something that hurt you. I'm sorry. You know I never meant to. We haven't lost our way 'cause it feels that way to me. But I know that when I see you, oh, I never wanna leave. So don't be so mad. I know that it's easier said than done, and it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please hold on. Maybe the reason tossing and turning.
I just ate dinner, so Moon's helping with the dishes right now. That's the noise you're hearing that. So for our next cozy book, I'm going to be reading The Ministry of Time by Kayleigh Bradley. And I'm picking this because if for some reason, even though it's about time travel, it just feels cozy. So basically our main girl character is from our time. She gets a job where she has to help assimilate a guy from a different century, the 19th century, to come assimilate into the society that we have today. And it's just kind of interesting and funny, almost endearing because he's never seen an airplane before, so she basically had to describe it as like a ship in the sky, so that was pretty cute. I don't like how the chapters are so long. Since I've only read the first chapter, I don't know entirely what's going on so far, but the British government is just doing this experiment where they're assimilating people from different time periods through time travel to come assimilate. I don't know what the whole goal of this project is. I don't think the reader was told. I'm gonna read a little bit first and see where it goes. Also, how do you like my owl vest? Anyways, let's read. Good morning, you guys! Welcome to my morning voice. I'm actually on the way to the car dealership because I'm getting the car maintenance today. So while it's getting maintained, I'm gonna just be reading The Ministry of Time. It takes like an hour, hour and a half, so might as well just sit there because I have the perfect hobby to just sit there and wait. So last night I read a little bit more. I gotta be honest, she uses some kind of big words there. I was like, oh, I kind of need a dictionary. I don't know a couple of these words. But the book itself is pretty smart. Like, you could tell she did a lot of research, especially into the past. You have to, because you have to realize the differences between the times now and the times then. And like what was invented since then. It's like pretty interesting to be reminded, oh yeah, he wouldn't know this. And it's like funny to kind of see how he needs to adjust to like being politically correct to these days. So far the book is still getting its feet off the ground. It's not like totally, oh, there's like a lot of action, a lot of things going on yet. She's still kind of showing him around and trying to have him adjust. We'll see how it goes. I will see you at the dealership. Hopefully I get a lot of reading done there. Okay, I am done. That took about an hour. So now that we're done, everything clear. I was able to read a lot actually. I think I want to go to Sephora, stop by and get like a lip thing because I'm just not happy with my lip color these days. I want something a little bit lighter and brighter. So yeah, I'm gonna stop by Sephora, see what they have, and then we can head home. But so far, things are happening in the Ministry of Time. There are so many subtleties and there are so many things to dissect. I have to see if this is her first book. There's just so much research that went into this book. I just hope that she keeps up with it with her consecutive books following thereafter. I'm like talking smartly because the book is talking so smartly. Is that even a word? Intellectually. I'm like talking with big words because the book is talking with big words and I'm just kind of like used to it right now. I just wanted one lip color, just one lip gloss because I am not a lipstick girly because my lips are drier than the Sahara Desert. I don't do well with lipstick because it just will show every crease and crack in my lips. So I go for the gloss. But there was one particular gloss that I liked. And of course, it has to come in a set. So you know what I had to do? I had to buy the whole darn set. I wanted this color, but it wasn't sold individually. Of course that would happen. That's how they get you, I guess. That was my Sephora run. At least I was able to stick to the lip stuff. You can see how far into it I am. I will just say this is not a leisure reading. This is like you have to pay attention to what this book is saying. It's kind of a heavy read. Let me make myself like a grilled cheese sandwich or something because that's what I'm kind of craving right now. And then let's get back to reading. I made my grilled cheese sandwich. I have some tomato soup and some milk. What a great little late afternoon snack. Also, I didn't really get to show you guys the cookies. Moon ate a lot of it. I honestly think that the cookies came out so well, if I do say so myself. These ones are supposed to have boo written on them, B-O-O, but I tried it with this one with the icing and as you can see it was a little runny so I couldn't make the actual letters. So I'm gonna try it with these food color markers and see if they hold up and allow me to put the boos on there. Okay, let's see if these markers work and if they're delicate enough to not ruin the icing. Oh, yay, it works! Yay! That looks so cute! A lot of work, but cute. Okay, let's get back to reading. I'll eat the skull. Skull on top of books? Those are really good. This one on first. This is from Dear Dahlia. And then I'm gonna put my new Fenty Beauty lip gloss that I had to buy the set of. But I think that looks really pretty. That's a good combination. I like it. Okay. So last night I finished The Ministry of Time by Kaylee Bradley. Woo! Ah! Finally, this was actually kind of a longer and more hefty read than I thought it would be. It almost kind of reminded me of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It's not a romance read, even though there is a very subplot of romance in it. Set in London, which is why I felt the cozy fall vibes because it's London. It's like a little gloomy there for the most part. It's not like a sunshiny area. It's not what it's known for anyways. So that's why it gave me the cozy vibes. The whole year-long assimilation, you can just kind of see their journey and kind of see how he's adjusting to the times now. Because this is a hefty book, you have to be on it while you're reading it. There's a lot of information here. You can tell she did a lot of research and you kind of need to pay attention a lot in order to keep up with it and really appreciate the subtleties that she puts in there. That being said, I could not keep my mind on at all times while reading this book. It was kind of a go back and forth kind of thing where I was feeling it and then not feeling it, feeling and then not feeling it. For the most part, overall, I would say that the book is good, but I did feel myself kind of like, do I understand this? What the author is meaning to say and what the author is trying to get across? Can I fully appreciate what she's trying to do here? But sometimes as a reader, you kind of have to gloss over. I think honestly, if you're in school and you need to dissect a book for an essay, I think this would give you a lot of material. Granted, it might be a little hard because you need to also do research into past events. Ending, oh my gosh, the ending, it just like everything's revealed in the end and then just like, Oh my gosh. My goodness gracious. But overall, I would say this book would be a 4 stars. It was a good book, but I, as the reader, couldn't appreciate it enough because I couldn't pay attention to the small little details, and there are a lot of details. It did make me want to like look up the different things that she was talking about though. However, I needed to get through this book, and if I looked up everything that I was curious about, then I wouldn't have been able to finish this book. So The Ministry of Time by Kellyanne Bradley. And the cool thing is, if you read the epilogue, I think, you find out that the guy from the past, she based it on an actual person from the past. Lieutenant Gore is an actual person that she was researching while trying to write this book. So I thought that was cool. This brings me to my next part of this cozy fall reading vlog. I want to start a reading journal. I have this super old journal that I kept, actually just because it was pretty and I liked old stuff. There's so much dust on it. I don't know if it's from the moving or me not just using it, but this is from Barnes & Noble a long time ago. It's a completely blank. It's not a bullet journal. I do want to make it sustainable for me to keep up with. I'm not going to be putting in page counts or anything like that. I think I put it off because I'm not an artist in any way, so I just was kind of afraid.
Everything that you needed, don't you know I would've gave. Put it down, whatever it takes. But I can't give it too much. We went from every day, loving to never be late. Traveling in circles, stuck in place. Everything that you needed, gave it till I had nothing left. Cause I got to love you too much, yeah. And there's no growth if I stay. And so whenever you call me, yeah, I guess time to walk away. Cause I like to love you too. Love me too.
Okay, done with the front cover. That took a long time, but I'm actually quite satisfied with it. It's really cute, and it turned out pretty well for a self-proclaimed non-artist. That was actually quite therapeutic. I just made the front cover for now. I think I'm gonna do, maybe next page will be October reads, but I'm gonna do that later because my hand is starting to cramp. So now I'm going to read another cozy book, none other than Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I have the UK version. I just like it better. This is the first in the series, and it's pretty much basically about, she is opening up a coffee shop in a city that doesn't know what coffee is. That should be interesting. There's some ancient magic in here, and then there's probably a love story, I think, in here. So let's get into this cozy reading, and then I'll let you know more about what this book is about. Let's get to reading. I'm gonna reward myself with some reading now. I finished Legends and Lattes. Yay! This is such a cute little scrumptious cafe coffee book that would be enjoyable to read actually with a coffee. Take this bookmark out since I'm done. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose the bookmark. It's a fantasy story, but also super cozy. It's not like life or death situation, and it makes you crave coffee and cinnamon rolls. Actually, this book reminds me a lot about this book, Welcome to the Hyunam-dong Bookshop. I got this in Korea, and it's written by a Korean author. And they're both just about starting a new life. They had their regular life of working what they have been working for their whole lives. But then they had a change of heart, and then they wanted to open up a cafe shop, and then they did. And then it's just like so cozy. So if you like this book, then I would suggest reading this book. Granted, it's in a Korean setting. And as you can see, the sun is kind of shining in and out. It's been raining today. It's been sunny today. It's been gloomy today. I don't know. It's just like the trifecta of all three in one day. As the hour goes on, it just keeps changing. This book, what would I rate this book? It was just so cozy, but nothing super like, oh my gosh, it's pulling me. It's just a good, honestly, a good story to read before bed because it's not so high stake and it doesn't give your emotions something to get worked up about right before you go to bed, so that you're not staying up all night just thinking about what's going on in this fantasy world. And there's really not that much romance in here. It's very little. It's more for wanting to start a new life and open up a cafe. Also, I trimmed my hair a little bit. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I like it, but I would rate it a 4 stars. I feel like by person it will change because it's not super high stakes and it's not emotionally tugging at you. It's just like a very relaxing book, and some people might get bored with that. But for me personally, I enjoyed reading it and did a little bit more outlines of the reading journal. So last I showed you this which I think is still so pretty. I'm very proud of it, even though they're just kind of like straight lines. I am not artistic whatsoever, so I'm very proud if I can draw anything or color anything remotely close to what I was aiming for in my head. Next, I drew this outline, which I think is adorable. It's an owl on books. And then I have this Winnie the Pooh here with the book on top. That's gonna be my monthly reading tracker. This with the owl on it is gonna be how I keep track of how much I'm saving by using the local library. And then here, I decided after reading The Ministry of Time, I feel like I should try to also expand my vocabulary. So I decided I'm going to be using this page as a new words page and add words and the definitions and try to expand my vocabulary. Next, we have this one. It's adorable. I'm going to be using this to write down my October reads. That's going to be cute. I think that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to be coloring these in. I'm wondering if it's too late to start a new book, because it is the last day. I do want to read the X-Hex, but I feel like I might not have enough time. Let me see how long. A little over 300 pages. Okay, let's go for it. The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. Also, she is a young witch and she accidentally curses her ex-boyfriend. She didn't realize that it actually worked. So she's been living all these years without thinking about him. But then a few years later, she meets up with him again and realizes that the curse that she put on him actually has some really bad side effects. So then I think she has to help him break the curse. That should be fun. So let's give it a read. Also, I bought this pumpkin that's a candle holder. It's supposed to hold those tea light candles, but I realized that the tea light candle I have is much bigger than what would fit in here. I'm just not gonna light the candle and just have this pumpkin as a decor. The XX, let's go.
You'll be my parachute, baby, know you'll catch me whenever I fall. I fall. It's like my laces untied, got me tripping right into your arms. Your arms, headed straight down through the night clouds. So is my heart bounce 10,000 feet, but you're my parachute, baby. Know you'll catch me whenever I fall. I know you got me. Butterfly feeling, edge of a cliff, rush of adrenaline in your kiss. You'll be my parachute, baby, know you'll catch me whenever I fall.
I did not finish last night, so I will have to finish the rest of the day today. But I did get about halfway through, I think. And I'm really liking it so far. It's so cute. It's the nice, lighthearted read that I've been wanting. So I do have a better understanding of what this book is about now. They're both witches or wizard. And there's kind of like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch style going on where her parents have passed away. And so she was kind of under the care of her aunt, and she has a cousin. She's a teacher teaching history at a college to the normies. And he's supposed to be part of this grand big line of ancestry that the town is based on. So basically they had like a summer fling. It was a very short-lived romance, and yet they really fell hard for each other. And this was like 9 years ago. But because he allowed his dad to find a betrothed for him, so he was basically dating her while his dad was trying to set him up with another girl. So of course she wasn't happy with it. They broke up and he moved somewhere else. And what I now know is that he wasn't cursed the entire 9 years that they've been apart. He only gets cursed when he gets to the town. Stuff happens, and now they found out that he was cursed and they're trying to fix it. So that's where I'm at. Let's finish this book. Back from the movie, I really liked Jenna Ortega, but that movie was just not my style. It was a lot more creepy than I thought it would be. Let's get back to reading. As you guys saw, I finished the XX last night. 3.75 stars. It was enjoyable, but it was too light. I couldn't find any connection with the characters. It was not something I will think about much later, but I mean, not bad. The thing is though that she was so upset and still holding a grudge against him when it was a summer fling like 9 years ago, and I just don't know that I would have done that. But then again, it might have been such a powerful love and she loved him so much that I can't comprehend that sort of scenario. That's, I think, also why I was like, girl. That is the end of the Cozy Fall vlog reading, and
Thank you so much for reading with me and experiencing this with me. I'm glad I got to read finally some of these really hyped books. But otherwise, I will see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!